In our home, let love abide and bless all those who step inside. Hello everyone and welcome to Dream Home Season 7 powered by Johnson Tiles, co-presented by ACC Cements Prayag, HPL Wires and Asset Homes. So before moving on to our competition, let me welcome a wonderful panel of judges, Ms. Sudha, and Mr. Jibu John. On this beautiful episode, we present before you from Marada, Ernakulam, Pulikal home. So judges all set to see? Let's take a look.
What's up family, I'm your host Dinesh Karthik and welcome to a brand new episode of Dream Home Season 7. We are at Pulikal house in Marad. This is a 2,500 square foot property with 3 bedrooms and a study. Let's take a look. Now this is the sit out area. Now before I get into that, I want to talk a little bit about the landscape. It's actually a very narrow plot, so there isn't too much space for actual plants and that kind of thing. So we actually have a very straight road with lots of tile work that leads right into the garage area. Now right behind me we have lots of grass, plants, and that kind of stuff because the space actually allows it. Now we have a Lapother granite right here, right below me. And in the sit out area we also have some vitrified tiles. It's very beautifully made. As you can see, the structure is actually very linear in shape. We have lots of straight lines, very modern. Let's take a look inside. Welcome into the humble abode. Now this is the living room. As you can see, we still have lots of linear lines, very modern looking. As you can see, we have a niche, 2 niches to my left, and with the wood inside, it's very beautiful. We also have this beautiful window right in front of me. Now we have a very large window right to my right and behind, and also right next to the door behind as well. Now even the furniture, as you can see, is very boxy, straight line type of shapes. Now just from looking inside, we can see that the color scheme seems to be cream, whites and browns. Overall very sharp looking. Let's take a look at the next room. Now this is the dining area. As you can see, we have a beautiful wooden dining table with a glass over it and lots of wooden chairs all around. Now right behind me to my left we have the wash area, and to my right behind me, right actually below the staircase, is a beautiful little courtyard with an open ceiling with glass letting in all of that light, which is definitely something that we want in our homes. Now we actually have an open door space area right in front of me, which actually leads right into the lawn area. Overall, definitely an awesome look. Now let's take a look at the next room. Now this is the kitchen. I love the way it's made. Even though it's very small, it's definitely well put together. Now we have granite tops, and I love this little island-ish type of corner. It's almost like a breakfast table. It's very open. As you can see, it leads right into the dining area. Now we have a large window to my left and two right behind me. We have lots of wooden cabinets and wooden floors. And this is the master bedroom. As you can see, we have a very green accent wall right behind me, and we have vitrified tiles right below me, a king-size bed. We have the wardrobe area to my right. We have a large window right in front and one to my left. Now this is great for lighting and air circulation. Now to my left, we have the bathroom. Now this is the upper living area. As you can see, we have a textured wall paint to my left. We have two very, very large windows. Now we have a bedroom to my right and one right in front of me as well, and the study area right next to that. Now right behind me we have the TV panel area. As you can see, we have colors of purple and we have green. Now right below me we have vitrified tiles, a false ceiling right above me. We have a staircase that actually leads up to the terrace area. It's actually very beautiful, and we've got pergolas set up there. And we have this also an additional terrace to my left. Now let's take a look. And that, my friends, was the magic of Pulikal house in Marad. I'm your host Danish Karthik. Thank you guys so much for joining with us on this episode, and I will see you next time.
Both of the judges would be having 100 marks each, wherein this 100 marks is again subdivided into 10 different aspects, which includes exteriors, interiors, decor and lighting, landscaping, kitchen, bathroom, flooring, wardrobe, painting and value for money. Starting off with the judgments, exteriors, Ms. Siddha.
This is an interesting house in the sense that the property is behind another property. You find that you need to have a driveway to get to the house itself. You'll also notice that there's not much of a view from the roadside. So it's only as you approach the house that you see the entire elevation of the facade of the building. Having said that, once you come to the part where you can actually see the house, I think it's done quite nicely. Flat roof, terraces in different levels, different textures. There are some handrails, there are some boxed features. It comes in different levels, and the color also is slightly different and unique. So it's quite an interesting house. So all put together, I think it's a bit of a daring kind of a composition that they've used with the colors also coming into play. I'll give it a 7.
7 out of 10, Mr. Jibbo.
Yeah, I think the challenge is basically the site is quite narrow, and that is primarily when you have a site which is not seen from outside. It is rather challenging to do a nice house. Given that, I think they've done a good job on that. There is actually a scaling of pergolas at different levels. There is a combination of colors, like there is a grayish color with white coming in. And then actually it is all left to the details. When you go nearer to the house, each and every wall, how it is detailed, the small areas of landscaping, all those things comes into play in a major part. I think that is done reasonably well. I'll go for 7.
7 out of 10. Interiors.
Coming to the interiors, you find that the first thing that strikes you is the simplicity. I think it's kind of the starkness of the interiors of the drawing room is what I really liked. I found the wood and cream really pleasant, very soothing kind of colors. As you progress inside, tends to become a little more detailed and designed, which I thought was actually not necessary. The simplicity could have been continued to the inside also. A little bit of dark cladding in the wash area was a little bit of a take back. It didn't feel very good, but otherwise the overall effect of the interiors with the simple dash of colors is just one single color that comes into it is quite nice, pretty well done. It's 6.5.
6.5 out of 10, Mr. Jibu.
Yeah, actually seeing the interior after commenting about the exterior, I think it was a bit of a letdown, because the exterior was very nicely treated, the detailing was there, but in interiors, when you go into the living room, it is quite nicely done up with the curtains, the furniture and everything matching one another. But after that, it is quite a letdown. I think they missed out the correct selection of the dining table, the upper room furniture, then different colors used in the family living. All those actually takes away the subtlety that we felt in the earlier stages when we just started the interior. So I think I can go only for 6.
6 out of 10. Decor and lighting.
I think it's the similar feel, and you see the decor and lighting. In fact, when you compare some of the furniture, there is the furniture that you saw in the drawing room and maybe even the dining table. The dining table feels a little too heavy, it's a little ornate, so it didn't really show the classiness that the sofa in the drawing room showed. And but other than that, there is the use of color which has come out okay. I thought, yeah, some places they could have toned it down a little bit. The false ceiling, use of false ceiling is very limited. It's kept to necessary alone, and the simplicity of it is commendable. So I'll go for a 6.5.
6.5 out of 10, Mr. Jibu.
I think decor and lighting is just a reflection on what I've said about interiors earlier. It is the same basically. There is a mismatch in some furniture and the flooring and the colors used. So I'll still go for 6.
6 out of 10. Landscaping.
The landscaping I thought was very interesting. First, initially it was disappointing. Again, you have a reversal of roles here. The driveway into the house I thought could have been lined with some kind of maybe wall plants, maybe along the side. It looked rather stark, very bare. Only the tiles and 2 walls, and the walls aren't even treated in maybe 2 different the top layer, bottom layer, nothing. So then it's just a single 2 compound walls, and you have the paved portion. But once you come inside, yes, there they've really put their minds into it, treated the small pockets well, having different levels. The plants are also kept to the right height and proportion, the lawns, everything put together gives it a very cozy, very nice feel. I'll go for a 7.3.
7.3 out of 10. And what is your impression about it?
I think actually we've seen houses with lot of land and very less landscape, but here there is very less land and they've gone for landscaping. And it is actually very important that you have to see some landscaping from your room, even if the space outside is very small. So maybe you might have a setback of 1 to 1.2 meters, but still they have treated it well. I'll go for 7.5.
7.5 out of 10. Kitchen.
Yeah, the kitchen seems to be nice. It's been planned out well, but I think there are some parts that are missing. I saw 2 overhead cabinets and then there was no chimney in between, so I assume the chimney is yet to come there. But otherwise, sort of wooden flooring, along with that you have the wooden cabinets and a black top. Somehow this wood and black doesn't always feel very good unless it's exactly the right kind of wooden color. But otherwise the cabinets are planned well and the kitchen's neat, so I'll give it a 6.5 again.
6.5 out of 10, Mr. Jibbo.
Yeah, the layout of the kitchen is good, but overall when you take the color combination, there is a wooden cabinet, then the black granite top, but the dadoing and the floor, normally if it will be good if they can match it together, but here they've gone for a woodish kind of a tile, or I don't know whether it's laminate or tile. That is actually more or less not contrasting with the cabinets. I'll go for 6.
6 out of 10. And I have to say the bathrooms, I really like the bathroom because the small plants they've planted. So do you think it is well commentable?
Yeah, they've tried to do something within the bathroom as well, with the small sunlight coming into a certain portion, and there is a little bit of planting there. Could have been taken to the next level where it could be grouped together instead of placed all around. That's a thought that they've given into the bathroom. But the other bathroom that I thought looked a little too dark, with the darker tile taking up a lot of larger space. So that could have been a little avoided in one of the bathroom. The other bathroom was more light and airy with that light brown color. I'll go for a 6.
6 out of 10, Mr. Jibbo.
Yeah, I think that other bathroom which you are talking about is basically glass mosaic tiles, and that actually is, you know, very dark color. The bathroom doesn't seem to be very big also, so it takes in, you tend to get the feel that the bathroom is smaller, and when you go for the other bathroom, definitely the natural lighting helps a lot, but even then they've still gone for not a very, you know, efficient color combination for that. So overall I think the bathrooms can be just treated as average. I'll go for 6.
6 out of 10. Flooring.
The flooring here, they've gone for a single unified color, except of course for the kitchen and the of course the staircase also. Otherwise the whole thing is ivory. It works well with the rest of the decor, so I'll go for a 6.
6 out of 10, Mr. Jibbo.
Yeah, same marks for me because it is ivory color and wood. That's a standard combination. It is supposed to work and it works well. Otherwise there is not much of contrast, so I'll still go for 6.
Again, 6 out of 10. What is your opinions on the wardrobes?
The wardrobes are not given too much importance. It has a paint finish which doesn't really add anything much to the decor. We've been seeing good wood, we've been seeing grains, but the paint finish sort of gives it a flat touch, so I'll go for a 5.5.
5.5 out of 10, Mr. Jibbo.
I think the wardrobe should have been with wood or maybe with the color of the wall or something good. But they've gone for a painted finish and it is a standalone wardrobe. So there is obviously the difficulty to match it with the room. So that has not been treated very well. I'll go for 5.
5 out of 10. Paintings.
Colors are, they've tried out some colors here, some have worked, some haven't. The color on the exterior, if you see the greyish blue, sometimes looks bluish, sometimes look greyish. So I don't know if that was required, but it does give a sort of bold statement. That's nice. On the inside you saw a few more colors, that is the general predominantly ivory color is fine. There was this green as well as a yellow, if I saw right. So which sort of went well with the color scheme. Luckily there wasn't any blue, so that's fine. So for the colors I'll go for a 5.5.
5.5 out of 10, Mr. Jibbo.
The exterior color combination was good with the white and the grey or the bluish grey. Interiors also they've gone primarily for the ivory color. But what the problem when you use colors like olive green or something like that, or similar colors, which is the color in itself is a statement. The problem is you will have to match it up with everything else in the room all the time, your bed sheets, your pillows. So if you go for a wrong bed sheet, the entire color combination goes, it will not look good. So that problem is there when you use such colors. I'll go for a 6.
6 out of 10. What about the value for money?
They've spent on it, where it is spent, it has really got an effect for the, especially the external, the landscape has been really done up well. The drawing room simplicity really speaks in that. So they have got, for the value for which it's spent, could have been spent slightly better, but 6.
So it's 6 out of 10 by Ms. Sudha. What about you, Mr. Jibbo?
6 for me also.
Again, 6 out of 10. So the total marks given by Mr. Jibbo 61.5 and by Ms. Sudha 62.8, which makes a total of 124.8. With this, we are winding up today's episode. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, this is Archana Ravi and the entire team of Dream Home. Season 7, powered by Johnson Tiles, co-presented by ACC Cements, Prayag, HPL Wires and Asset Homes. Signing off. Tata.